Mia Khalifa is giving marriage advice. So let's get into it.
We should not be afraid to leave these men. We are not stuck with these people. Marriage is not a sanctimonious thing. It is paperwork. It's something, it's a commitment you make to someone. But if you feel like you're not getting anything from that commitment and you're trying, you gotta go. You gotta go. You have to go.
What's up, guys? It's Bad Decisions, where we watch people make
bad decisions.
It's your boy Shern.
It's your man Jay.
Okay, so just in case you guys are unaware of who Mia Khalifa is, Mia Khalifa basically is an adult actress. She was actually one of the top adult actresses. She's known for doing adult scenes in like a hijab. Is it? I believe that's how it's pronounced. I'm not the best at pronouncing it, but yeah, that's kind of what made her very popular. And then a couple years ago, she basically spoke out against that kind of industry, saying that she only made $12,000, but it was proved that she made way more than that. So, you know, she's kind of like a capper a little bit, just a little bit. So if I'm going to be completely honest, I don't think everything that she said was necessarily bad. Like, if you're in a relationship and you're not really happy, then you should be able to leave. I don't think that's terrible advice. But what I will say is that the messenger definitely matters, right? I'm not taking dating advice from Bill Cosby. I'm not taking a course on how to tell the truth from Jussie Smollett. Because let's be honest, guys, she's an adult entertainer, which is already a very unconventional lifestyle. So then she's giving advice on something that a lot of people couldn't be able to handle, period. Because, I mean, let's be honest, her basically career was hooking up with other people while being in some sort of a relationship. How many people are able to do that? Not very many. In fact, in one of her past interviews, she actually said that she struggled in her current marriage, this is before she got divorced, because of her past. So that lets you know whatever she was doing before was not working at all. So like I said, she's not the best representative for marriage material, marriage advice.
Yeah, she is definitely not the right spokesperson for this message at all. And when I first saw the video, my first thought was like, who in the world are these three men who decided to marry her? From my understanding, it's very difficult for women in the industry that she was in or is in to find a husband. And so I heard a story about a different adult entertainer. I can't remember her name right now, but she came out on Twitter talking about how it took her forever to find a husband. And when she finally found him, she was so happy because what she did for a living drove away all the men that even considered her. So when I heard that she's been married twice and engaged once, I'm like, who are these men? They cannot be the highest quality mates out there at all. I just can't be. In life, we make assumptions, right? Assumptions we make because we have to save time. Our brains naturally need to save and conserve energy, and so we draw inferences off information to come to conclusions in a faster format, or a faster way. So I'm gonna make an assumption right now. You might like it, you might not. But based upon Mia's past decisions, i.e. getting into the profession that she's in, I'm going to extrapolate that and say she's probably not the best decision maker. So I wouldn't expect her to be the type of person to make a wise decision on who she marries anyways. Hence why she's been divorced twice and had an engagement fail. To add to this, like you said, part of what she said isn't necessarily bad.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
At the same time, I will also push back on that just a little bit because what the message that she's peddling, at least from what I interpret it is, if it's not working out, let it go.
I know it's difficult to fill out paperwork and to make appointments and to do all of these things, but this is your fucking life. Do you want to be stuck with someone?
Which marriage is not, that's for a relationship. If you're dating somebody, it's not working out, sure, walk away. If you're in marriage, the stakes are higher. So number one, take more time to learn who the person is before getting married. And once you are married, you shouldn't give up that easily. And I think that she clearly doesn't understand what marriage is supposed to be. She literally says in her video, marriage is not a sanctimonious thing. So I had to Google what sanctimonious meant. And apparently sanctimonious means doing something that makes you morally superior to others or something like that. And so I'm thinking to myself, maybe she didn't mean sanctimonious. She may have meant righteous. Maybe she meant marriage should not be enduring, but marriage should be those things. Yeah. Marriage is a righteous act. And it should be enduring. You shouldn't frivolously throw it away like it's nothing. And so I think for someone like her, she might as well just have a lifetime of being in different relationships, in and out of them, and not get married because she thinks so low of it. And thinks so low of men, apparently, based upon, we don't gotta, what'd she say? We don't gotta do, I forgot what she said. Something about these men.
We should not be afraid to leave these men. We are not stuck with these people.
Whenever I hear some woman say these men, like she said it, I'm like, all right, she clearly has a low level of contempt or does not have much respect for men. That's my assumption.
Yeah, I mean, whenever I hear that, I'm like, these men that you picked.
Right, yeah. Exactly. Lastly, I'm not going to play armchair psychiatrist here like a lot of people like to do nowadays. But and normally when I hear someone say what I'm about to say, I kind of cringe a little bit. I'm like, who are you to even say this? That being said, I'm going to say it. I just imagine that she's a highly damaged person. And I use the word highly there because we're all damaged in some way. Obviously, as human beings, we all are. We have our vices. We all have our struggles in our past and blah, blah, blah. But it just seems like she's a highly damaged person. If I'm not mistaken, she has come online before and like cried online about the past decisions and choices she's made before. Am I wrong about that? Or am I making?
No, you're right. You're accurate. You're
okay.
Accurate.
And I get come up to by this guy and his girlfriend, and we were interrupted in the middle of talking and eating. And he said, "Hey, Mia Khalifa, can I get a picture with you?" And I looked up at him and I'm like, "No, we're eating." And I said it just like that. Like it was a rude way, but it was also very rude for him to come up while someone was actively in the middle of a conversation. And after I said that, his girlfriend, who was standing next to him, grabbed him by the arm and said, "I told you that wasn't her. There's not enough on her face. Let's go, babe." And I went into the bathroom and cried, and I didn't really know how to handle it, especially because it came from a woman, and especially because I was there for business, and it was something that had nothing to do with the adult industry, and I was just very dejected and embarrassed and felt like they would never want to work with me again.
That must have been really hurtful.
Yeah.
So just that alone makes me think to myself, she's going through something in her mind, and she's just not in a place anyways to even try to marry somebody. So
Or give advice.
So like Mia, just pipe down.
I mean, the thing that really gets me is that she takes marriage as such a joke. It's like she's getting another. She acts like she's Thanos when it comes to ring. Like, oh, I got another ring.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not supposed to be something you're bragging about.
Right.
That's not
right.
Like,
yeah.
You're bragging about having multiple failed relationships.
Exactly.
And then telling someone have another. Like, it's
crazy.
Doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, you're right. Thanos, that's a good example. Like in the beginning, she actually says, Brady, I'm after you or something like that. Because, Brady has 7 rings.
Oh, we're comparing stats. Baby girl doesn't know that I am Tom Brady at this game. Married at 18, divorced at 21. Second marriage, married at 25, divorced at 28. Third engagement, engaged at 29, ended it at 30, but I kept the ring. I'm still keeping Tom Brady on his toes.
This woman is
cuckoo for cocoa. And at first I thought she was kind of joking, but like she's like bragging about it. I'm like,
damage, man. Damaged goods. Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
For real.
And here's what I'm going to say, right? It's not that people can't change and that you can't start off at one place in your life and eventually become at a better place in your life. Yeah. We're not saying that at all. I'm not even saying that she's a terrible person. Right. I'm just saying that she's the worst person to take advice on this particular subject.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So what I'm going to say is ultimately she made a bad decision trying to get advice, and that is why she got cooked. Good decision, bad decision?
Terrible. Bad.
All right, guys. So if you would take advice from Mia Khalifa, leave a like and leave a comment. Hey, and if you think Mia Khalifa is absolutely, then leave a like and leave a comment. All right, guys, we're out.